They thought we would beg. They thought wrong. Earth's final message was simple. Stop attacking, or we stop pretending to be civilized. For 7 years, the attacks had come like clockwork. Every 6 months, another fleet, another ultimatum, another demand for Earth's resources, its people, its surrender. The hegemony considered it pest control. Earth was nothing more than an annoying insect that refused to die quietly. Admiral Chun stood before the United Earth Council, her weathered face reflecting decades of war. "They're coming again," she said. "The largest fleet yet. 400 ships from the hegemony's core worlds." President Martinez leaned forward. "How long?" 72 hours. Silence filled the chamber. 7 years of begging. 7 years of offering peace. 7 years of watching cities burn while the galaxy laughed at humanity's weakness. "No more," Martinez said quietly. "Send the message." The transmission reached every corner of civilized space within hours. Earth's final warning played on a loop across 10,000 worlds. "This is humanity's last diplomatic communication. For 7 years we have sued for peace. We have offered compromise. We have endured your attacks with restraint. That ends now." Commander Zartek of the Hegemony Fleet laughed when he received it. "The insects threaten us?" His forearms gestured dismissively. "What will they do? Throw more of their primitive nuclear weapons? Send more obsolete ships to die?" His lieutenant pulled up Earth's military assessment. "Their entire fleet is 300 vessels. Most are converted cargo haulers. Their best warship is 2 generations behind our scouts. And yet they threaten us." Zartek's mandibles clicked in amusement. "Perhaps we've been too gentle. Time to end this charade." On Earth, something had changed. The message wasn't just for the hegemony. It was for humanity itself. In Mumbai, workers welded armor onto civilian transports. In Sao Paulo, children painted messages on missile casings. In London, engineers worked around the clock on something called Project Wildfire. They weren't preparing to win. They were preparing to make victory impossible. "You understand what this means?" General Thompson asked Admiral Chin as they watched Earth's ragtag fleet assemble. Chin nodded. "We can't beat them conventionally. So we don't fight conventionally." The council approved Wildfire? Unanimously. Chen's expression hardened. "You didn't fear us when we begged for peace. Now you'll fear us when we refuse to surrender." The hegemony fleet dropped out of hyperspace in perfect formation. 400 ships, each a masterpiece of destruction. Their shields could withstand supernovas. Their weapons could crack moons. Earth's fleet waited. 300 converted freighters, obsolete cruisers, and ships held together by prayer and duct tape. Zartek opened a channel. "Humans, you have 1 minute to surrender unconditionally." Admiral Chin appeared on screen. "We're not asking for peace. We're demanding it. And if you can't give it, we'll make our own." "With what?" Zartek sneered. "Your scrap metal fleet?" Chun smiled. It wasn't a pleasant smile. "You think we're weak because our ships are old. Because our weapons are simple. But you've forgotten something important." "What's that?" "We're the species that survived ice ages with stone tools. That crossed oceans on wooden rafts. That went to our moon in tin cans. We're not the strongest, but we know how to survive, and that's why we'll always win." The battle began conventionally enough. The hegemony's first volley vaporized 50 Earthships instantly. Their shields held against everything humanity threw at them. But then strange things started happening. Earthships didn't retreat. When damaged, they accelerated. When weapons failed, they rammed. When shields collapsed, crews in environmental suits fired handheld rockets through the breaches. "What are they doing?" Zartek's lieutenant asked, watching an Earth freighter deliberately collide with a hegemony cruiser. They're not trying to win," Zartek realized. "They're trying to." The freighter detonated. Not with conventional weapons. With something else. Project Wildfire wasn't a weapon. It was a statement. Every Earthship carried a payload of compressed antimatter, exotic matter, and something humanity had discovered in desperation, a way to destabilize space itself. Not to destroy. To poison. To make space uninhabitable for centuries. "You think we're inferior, but that's where you're wrong," Chen's voice echoed across the battlefield. "Our strength is in what you can't see. Our willingness to burn everything down rather than kneel." More Earthships began their suicide runs. Where they died, space itself screamed. Subspace tears. Gravitational anomalies. regions where physics simply stopped working correctly. They're insane, Zartek's tactical officer reported. If they continue, this entire sector will be unusable for hyperspace travel. For any travel, pull back, Zartek ordered. All ships, emergency retreat. But it was too late. Earth's fleet had formed a sphere around them. Every direction led through humans willing to die to make a point. The message went out across the galaxy. Earth is done being civilized. Every ship you send will poison the space around it. Every world you launch from will remember. We have nothing left to lose and everything to prove. You want our resources? Take them from the poison space. You want our surrender? Come get it from the radiation zones. You want our planet? It's yours. If you can reach it through the graveyard, we'll make of any who try. The hegemony fleet retreated, leaving 100 ships trapped in the expanding dead zones. Zartek's final transmission was picked up by listening posts across the galaxy. What kind of species does this? What kind of people destroy space itself? Admiral Chen responded personally, the kind you should have left alone. There's no negotiation left. You either respect Earth or you leave us alone. Because this was us being restrained. Within days, the galactic community reconvened. The hegemony, for the first time in millennia, proposed a treaty. Not from respect for Earth's strength, but from fear of its madness. They would rather destroy the universe than surrender, the hegemony representative said. What do you do with such a species? You give them what they want, the council replied. Peace. The treaty was signed within a week. Earth was granted full sovereignty. Trade routes were redirected around the dead zones, permanent scars in space that would last centuries. They called them humanity's marks. Reminders of what happened when you pushed a desperate species too far. President Martinez addressed Earth after the treaty was signed. They thought our weakness was in our technology. They never understood that our strength was in our spirit. In our absolute refusal to accept defeat. We didn't win because we were stronger. We won because we were willing to lose everything to remain free. The galaxy knows now Earth doesn't start fights. But we end them. One way or another. In the depths of space, marker buoys broadcast warnings around the dead zones. Here lies the proof of humanity's resolve. They did not bow. They did not break. They chose mutual destruction over subjugation. Approach Earth with respect or do not approach at all. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Earth was no longer the weak child of the cosmic community. It was the savage guardian of its own freedom, willing to burn the universe itself rather than kneel. And in the halls of power across 1,000 worlds, one phrase became gospel. Stop attacking us, or we'll stop pretending we're civilized. Because everyone now knew when humanity stopped pretending, the universe itself paid the price.